Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my cerebral lights. It is she, the Cerebral Diva, and she is back with another episode of You Say What. And in today's episode of You Say What, we are going to be talking about the topic that is breaking the internet. This is a topic that everyone, and I do mean everyone, has been talking about. I actually recorded a video talking about this a few days ago. Didn't upload it for whatever reason, so I wanted to circle back around and talk to you guys about it because it's still sitting, it's buzzing, it's still trending. So I wanted to give you my 2 cents and let you know how I felt about it. Now, the topic we're going to be discussing today is T.I. and his daughter Deyjah. Yes, that's rapper Tip Harris. So on a recent podcast called Ladies Like Us, T.I. appeared, and during this episode, he essentially admitted that every year on his daughter's birthday, in order to protect her virginity and to give himself peace of mind, he takes her to the gynecologist, leaves a post-it note on her door after her birthday, shortly thereafter, letting her know that it's time for the annual checkup. Now, this annual checkup isn't about sexual health. It's not about making sure, that she's developing correctly. It's not about, overall health. It's really just about giving him assurance and peace of mind that his daughter is still a virgin. So, T.I. further details this annual appointment, this annual doctor's visit, by saying that when they are there, because sexual health is something that is so important, he has to get permission from his daughter to give her doctor permission to disclose information to T.I., letting him know that her hymen has not been broken. Is that not crazy? That is so bizarre to me. And the way he talks about this, right? Now, let me preface this by saying, I in no way, shape, or form believe that T.I. has a sexually inappropriate relationship with his daughter. I don't want you guys to think that that's what I'm intimating, because I'm not. But there were some things about the way he spoke about his daughter that made me uncomfortable. I can tell at some certain points if he was talking about his daughter or if he was talking about one of his hoes. It came across very pimpish to me in terms of the cadence. I don't know if it's just me, but it just felt like it was a pimp talking about getting one of his hoes checked out before he gets her on the track. No disrespect to Deyjah, not calling her a hoe, but I'm more so referencing sort of the verbiage that was used, the cadence that was used. It just didn't come across very fatherly, in my opinion. It came across very controlling. Which brings me to my next point. The thing that I found really interesting about this is that, I hear a lot of people saying that it's a double standard, and it's true that it is a double standard, but, we live in a world full of double standards, so I've come to accept them to some degree. Obviously T.I. doesn't want his daughter to be mistreated in the way that he's mistreated her mother, in the way that he's mistreated countless women. So he's trying to do everything to give himself peace of mind, because this really isn't about Deyjah. This really is about T.I. and him protecting his reputation. Because at the end of the day, if his son is out here being promiscuous, that's going to make him push his chest out. That's going to make him be a proud father. But if, God forbid, if, his daughter is out here and having multiple sexual partners, then as a rapper, as a man, it's going to leave him vulnerable to some degree. So I think that this is less about his daughter and more about him putting himself in a position to win by not giving people access to the things that are important to him and that can hurt him the most. The other thing that I found really interesting about this is, I don't know if he's even aware of it, but to me, T.I.'s actions are going to have the exact opposite effect on his daughter. And from my perspective, what he's teaching his daughter is to be voiceless. What he's teaching his daughter is to be controlled by a man, to be intimidated by a man. Because I'm sure if I were T.I.'s daughter and I'm sitting there and I'm having my gynecologist check me out, and then my father is essentially bullying me or forcing me or intimidating me or through duress having me sign a waiver that gives him information I may not want him to have, at that point, when you feel like you're voiceless, then you just kowtow, you capitulate, and you do what's expected of you. So, at the end of the day, in my opinion, by behaving this way, he's really putting his daughter in a position to attract men who are going to tell her what to do, who are going to control her, who are going to stifle her voice. And so I think he's really doing more harm than good. I just think that this is a ridiculous, one of the most craziest things I've heard in quite some time. I'm not the biggest T.I. fan to begin with, but I'm certainly side-eyeing him after hearing this. So now that you guys know how I feel, I want to know how you feel, whether or not you think that what T.I. is doing is warranted. I would be shocked to hear anyone of sound mind who thinks that this behavior is warranted. Yeah. So anyway, having said that, you guys, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. It is my weekend, my Friday. I got a lot of things on my calendar. Before I go, I want to tell you guys to live better, love harder, and think smarter. Like, comment, subscribe, and share if you care, or don't share. I do this for fun, not for a living. It is me, the Cerebral Diva, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye.